Are you proud owner of Canon M50 or you want to buy one? Excellent choice. Today we will speak about how to turn your Canon M50 into cinematic beast. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing that you need is adapter that allows you to put EF lenses on your Canon M50 or another Canon mirrorless camera with EFM mount. I have these two from Viltrox. First one is regular EF to EFM adapter and second one is Viltrox Speed Booster. Speed Booster is absolute game changer. With this adapter you can put full frame lens on your M50 and it does function almost like full frame camera. Also, adapter allows you to get more light if you are shooting in dark environment. Autofocus on this adapter on Canon M50 works very well. If you put, for example, this 50mm Canon full frame lens on your regular adapter, you will have that crop factor and this lens will be almost 80mm 1.8, which is great, but if you want 50mm and full frame look of your camera, you will need Speed Booster. Nice thing with this setup is with just one lens, if you have both adapters, you can have 50mm 1.8 and also almost 80mm 1.8, which is great. Also great thing from this setup is if you are using this Canon 1.8 on your Speed Booster, you will have aperture 1.2. Also we have Cinematic Beast from Sigma 18 to 35mm 1.8. On this lens I'm filming right now. This lens could be one of the best lenses ever made. The lens is from 2015, it's quite old, but it has a great build quality. The lens is made for APS-C cameras and it has aperture 1.8 through the entire zoom range. Nice thing about this lens is this lens have all internal zooming. This Sigma lens is extremely sharp at aperture 1.8 and with that aperture you can have that nice shallow depth of field. For audio we have Rode Video Micro, probably the best beginner microphone out there. For the price of $60, I highly suggest you to buy one. And you can hear the quality of this microphone through this entire video. And very important thing for a cinematic video is ND filters. I have mine from Polar Pro and you probably hear that ND filters are like sunglasses for your camera. ND or neutral density is piece of glass that you put in front of your camera to make your image darker. You can manipulate your light with aperture, shutter speed and ISO, but having an ND, you have one more function of control. You don't need to buy a bunch of them, you just need to buy a big one and buy these step-up rings. They are cheap and super useful. Last piece of Cinematic Beast is actually your Canon M50 camera settings. Shoot your videos in 24 frames per second. And if you want to slow down your footage, change it to 60 frames per second. Later in the post you can render back your footage to 24 frames per second and your 60 frames per second footage will look like almost like 24 and you will have that nice slow motion video. This camera doesn't have flat picture profile, but you can download CineStyle flat picture profile for Canon M50 and it will look like almost like C-Log. Maybe you think why you need this, but flat picture profile has a lot of more information about shadows and highlights, a lot of more than standard picture profile. In the post you want to color grade your footage to get that cinematic look. Also you want your shutter speed to be double than your frame rate. For example, if you are shooting in 24 frames per second, you want your shutter speed to be 1/50th of the second. And last thing, you want to keep your ISO at the lowest number as you can. And guys, that's it. If you want to buy something from this setup, I will put links in the description. Also, if you like this video, please hit that like button, comment what do you think about my Canon M50 cinematic setup, and subscribe to my channel. And see ya in the next one.